Welcome everyone to the Anything Vlog, where I vlog about everything and anything. I'm EvoEightRich, and today I'm going to do something that's not necessarily that cool, that exciting, but it's something that needs to be done, something that's really, really important, and well, if you want your car to run, that is, and that's changing the oil. So I know a lot of you guys probably think, oh, changing the oil, I know how to do that. I learned how to do that when I was 5 years old. Maybe not quite 5 years old, but you think, I know how to do that, no big deal. Well, that's cool. If you know how to do it, that's great. You don't need to watch a video. I wish you would, but you don't have to. But those of you who don't know how, or don't know how you do it on an Evo, I'm going to show you. It's basically the same on every car. It's just it depends on the filter location. Sometimes they're actually in the engine bay, where they're actually in this a vertical position instead of either horizontal or whatever. They're actually inside, like a container. But basically, you just have to know where the plug is, where your filter is, and how to drain it, get it to where you can get underneath it. On my particular car, what I used to do is I used to just put it on the ramps and then go underneath. But now that it's lower, I can't really do that because I can't get under the ramps. Can't get onto the ramps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the bumper off my car. That way it's easier for me to do. It'll be easier for you guys to see because my bumper comes off real easy. So I'm not going to show you that because I have another video. If you watch my other video, you can see how I take the bumper off. But I'm not going to show you that. So let me show you the tools you're going to need, or at least the tools I'm going to need. Alright, so first here's some wrenches. I'm not sure what size the plug is. When I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. If you need some sockets to get the plug off. Paper towels, or any kind of rags for your mess. Your filter. My car, if you can see that, it's pH 7317. That is the filter that's required. I usually get Fram. Seems like I always get Fram. The oil, full synthetic. I always get full synthetic for Evos. And it's 10W30. Mobile 1. Mobile 1 is what they require. 10W30, the weight, and full synthetic. And these right here are actually some straps. So if you can't get the filter out, you can put the strap around the filter and pull it out. I have them out here. I'm not really going to need them because I don't really put the filter on that tight. I'll show you when I get to that point is that you really want to put the filter on hand tight as you can by hand. You don't need to be cranking it with these wrenches because you can't get it off. But I have those just in case it got a little bit too tight and I can't get it by hand. I have those, but they're straps, like I said, so they're soft. They're not going to bend anything. So that's what you need. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take the bumper off the car. I'm going to back the car into the garage. If I take the bumper off, I can back it up the driveway without scraping. And then I'll have the front of it sticking out where it'll be more light, and then I can go from there. All right, so let's get going. Okay, one quick thing before I pull the bumper off. It's really, really important. Other than changing your clothes, which I'm going to do so you don't get your good clothes dirty, is you need an oil pan. Oil pan to catch the oil. That's the one thing I didn't show you guys. I realized that that's kind of dumb. Show you all the essential things you need and not show an oil pan. So I know it seems basic, that you should know that, but if I'm going to show you how to do stuff, I have to show you correctly. Alright, so you need an oil pan. Alright, so let's get back to work. Alright, I lied. I'm going to go ahead and show you the bumper. It's off. Easy money pulling it off. The reason I did this is I want to show you what it looks like with the bumper off and all the green wheels and everything. I mean, it looks awesome. I wish you could run it that way. That look sweet or what? Look at that. It looks really good that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the oil cooler. I'm going to paint it green. So then you'll have even more green in front. But I just wanted to show you that's what it looks like. The green accents under the hood, which, like I said, I'm going to do these in the next video, and my engine damper. But I just wanted to show you real quick what it looks like in front of. Now I'm going to pull it in the driveway and start doing the oil. Never fails. Always noisy trucks, but looks sweet. It'd be great if you could run it that way. Alright, let's get back to work. Stop screwing around. Okay, got the car in the garage. Put it on a jack just on the passenger side so I can get to it. Now if you can see, hopefully you can see, right here, I'm going to point to it, is the plug. Here's the oil pan, here's the plug. Right here is the filter. You see I put a different frame on there so it's white, but this is the filter here. So you got your filter here, your drain here. Undo your drain, obviously, put the oil in the pan, and you'll take the filter out. So I'm going to go ahead and get this loose. Let me get a little closer so you can see it. Tilt the camera a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. There you go. Much better look. Okay, drain, filter. So I'm going to go ahead and get the drain loose, and then start recording again, and then pull the plug out and show you how it goes, and we'll move on from there. All right. So let me get that loose. Okay, it's loose now. I'm going to put the pan underneath, move the camera back a little, and hopefully we got enough in this pan, enough because there is some oil in it already. And here we go. Let's do a little at a time. Now, quick note, if you drove the car, let it sit for a while because this oil will be hot, it will burn you. So don't go driving around town and then plan on changing your oil as soon as you get home. Let it sit for a while. Otherwise you'll burn yourself. Okay, there you go. Comes out just like that. Here's your plug. That's where you need your paper towels or rags. Keep everything clean. I have another bucket in case this thing starts to overflow. You just want to have an extra bucket. You can shove it in there real quick so you don't have it all over your driveway, just in case. You never know what you're going to run into. And you don't want to have to get up and run and do it once this oil's coming out. You want to be able to do it from under here. So that's how you do it. You let that thing drain. And that's how it works. Now I'm going to go up top and clean off my hand real quick. You see it's draining down. You see it's pretty dirty. It's been in there a long time. The good thing about synthetic is it's much thicker, so you can run it longer. It's better for your engine, obviously. High revving engines that run a lot of revs, but you can also run it longer. Now the other thing I like to do, let's get the camera up here, is take the cap off, because that gets all the air out and you get all the extra oil. If there's any trapped in there, you get that off too. So you take that off, set it here, just make sure nothing gets inside there, and then all the air will go out, and it just lets it drain better. All right. Alright, so let me turn the camera around here, sorry. Alright, so I'm going to let that drain. I'm going to pull the filter out. I'll show you when I pull the filter out too. I'm just going to pause the video, get it underneath again. And so I'm not jerking you guys around, you know, up and down, making you dizzy. That didn't sound very good. I'm not going to make you dizzy. And let me get it set up and then I'll pull the filter out. Alright. Draining pretty good. It's almost all the way down. I'm going to try to get the filter out. I haven't loosened up or anything, so I'm going to try this, as I'd like to say, live but recorded, and see if I can get it out by hand. Only can get one hand under. Almost. Alright, it is a little tight. If I get both hands on it, I probably can do it, but I can't really fit under there. Oh, real quick, what I did is I put a jack stand right here just in case. It's a nice solid piece. So it's not just sitting on the jack. So let me go grab that little strap, and I need that little assistance to get it out. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Basically just put this little strap on. You pull it, strap on. You basically just put this thing around the filter and just turn it. It should come loose. Now see, it's coming loose. See it? It's turning. I'm not putting that much pressure. It's just been in there a little while. See it loose. Okay, now that should do it. I should be able to do the rest by hand. I'm gonna watch, we'll do it by hand now. Alright, good. Now I want to put the filter or the pan back underneath. So you can still see. I'll back the camera up a little bit. Alright, now spin it out of there. And get the rest of the oil out. Here it comes. Let it drain a little bit so you don't get too much. You don't want to get blasted with it. Try to keep it as clean as you can. I'm trying to get oil in my right hand so I can move the camera. Okay, so let's take it the rest of the way out. It's got quite a few threads. This is going to break loose. There it goes. And you can turn it upside down like this. You see, it's a tiny little filter. I'll show you the other filter, but they're really small. But it's a 2-liter engine. It's small. All right, that'll work. So you let that drain, get everything cleaned up, put things back together, and start filling it again. I'm gonna clean up my hand, and then we'll get the camera out of here. All right. While that thing is draining, just wanted to mention that oil I have over there is 5 quarts. And a lot of you guys, if you're not familiar with it, 5 quarts seems like a lot in a 2-liter engine, and it is. Normally you don't get 5 quarts in a 2-liter engine. But the reason, I'll show you the reason you're getting 5 quarts in there. This is the reason right here. Your oil cooler. This car has an oil cooler. Not all cars have oil coolers, but this one does. So you have that extra oil going into your oil cooler lines, which are right there. They're going through there. So that's why. So you're going to have more oil. So it does take 5 quarts. That is correct. So it's going to take that whole thing. All right. So let's let that finish draining, and then we'll move on. Before I forget is that it is a 17 millimeter to take out that plug. So I told you I'd mention that, and I forgot. Here's the plug, and it's a 17 millimeter. And it has a little seal there on the top. I want to make sure you get it nice and clean before you put it back in. Okay. Let's take a look at the filter. It's a Fram. Hopefully you can hear me, you guys, doing the lawn again. But you can see it's small. Really, gotta back it up a little bit. It is really small, but it has the grip on here, so you can just put it on by hand. You have your O-ring here, and your oil goes in here. All right, so I'm gonna get the plug in there, get ready to start putting things back together, and then I'll explain the rest of the stuff. All right. I'm getting ready to put the plug back in. You can see it's dripping a little bit. You're going to have that no matter what. It's not going to be completely empty. I'm going to get it as far over as I can in the bucket. So hopefully you can hear me. Like I said, he's doing the lawn. So once you get it as clean as you can, I'm going to get this really clean. Just get it right back in there. Make sure you do everything by hand. You never do anything by impact. Especially you don't do this by impact no matter what. This is always a wrench. But even when you use impacts, you always want to hand thread things in first. Make sure you don't cross thread. Because if you just put an impact on stuff, man, you can cross thread it easy. But here you wouldn't use the impact no matter what. So let's get it in hand tight. Okay. Then get the oil. Clean off the rest on the pan. Be able to move this out of the way now. Grab your wrench and tighten it up. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to kill it here and tighten it too much. You will ruin it. So let's get it nice and firm. Push down a couple times. Little bumps. That should do it. When you get done putting the oil in, you're going to double check this anyway to make sure it's not leaking. If it is, you can tighten a little more. But you always want to be able to tighten it a little bit more if it's leaking, then to crank it down and strip it or ruin your pan. These pans are not that thick. I actually had a jack under here one time when I was doing the engine damper. I don't know if you can see or not. It did a little bit of damage right here on this protected plate. It's a little bend right here. It has it right here where my finger is. There's actually a little bend. So I got lucky because this could have put a hole in it, and then this whole pan would have to come out. So you can see there's a little bend right here. So you got to be really careful. Alright, so let me get the filter ready, and we'll put that in. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the camera up there where you can see where the filter is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not, so bear with me. Because I'm doing it. Here we go. Right there's where the filter goes. That's where the filter is housed. See it? Alright, so that's where we're going to put it. We're going to make sure that's clean around there. But that is where the filter is going to go. Alright, so let me get the filter ready. Okay, I mentioned a couple times about getting the filter ready, and what I mean by that is I'm actually going to put oil in the filter and then put some oil on this O-ring before I put it in. Now, I always do that. It's the way I was taught. I used to do oil changes on big semis and stuff, my old job. Unless, like I said, unless it's inside the engine compartment where it's sitting in this position, you can't do that. There's certain ways they're like in containers, but whenever you can, in standard cars, sometimes if it's sitting on an angle like this, it's almost impossible to do too because the oil is going to come out. Mine's sitting vertical, so it's a lot easier. So I'm going to pour some oil in here, put some oil in the O-ring, and then get ready to install it. So I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to do it because that guy's lawnmower is making too much noise. So, just do it. Got to poke a hole in the oil container. Be real careful. Fill it, and then let it sit for a few minutes. It's going to go down. It's going to start soaking inside the filter. And then it's going to, you keep filling, it's going to keep going down, and keep filling, it's going to down until it don't go down anymore. Put oil on your O-ring here, and then you install it. Alright, I'm going to grab the filter now. I'm going to put it in. I'm not going to be able to get you underneath it any more than that, because it's in the way, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing, basically. Just remember that the filter has oil in it now. So you want to make sure you don't drop it or turn it sideways. Alright, so now I move this plate out of the way so I can see. You guys actually can see. Works out perfect. Yeah, see? Put it right on in there. Fill around. Go back. See, feel it bite. And go. There you go. Screw it back in. Nice and smooth. Should go in nice and smooth. Shouldn't have to force it. Get it to where it gets tight and get under here. You just do it by hand. You see, I'm just going to tighten it by hand. I put in a lot of force, but it is by hand. Okay, I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. See if I get more leverage. Get it even tighter. Well, like I said, that's why this grippy stuff is here, for you to do it by hand. Alright. That's tight. That's tight and got oil in it. Now we just have to put oil in the top. And then we'll double check for leaks and start her up. So, let's get back up top. Alright. I'm going to give you one final look here. One final look. Nice and clean. Sealed in there. Good to go. Alright, now I'll get back up top. Alright, now we're on up top, as you can tell. What I like to do is make sure this is really clean around. You want to get any debris in there. You want nothing in there but the oil belongs in there. And then put some paper towels or rags or whatever you have around the area. Like that. Get out of the way. And then grab your filter. This is a really nice one. No, sorry, not a filter, your funnel. Put it on there. This makes it that much easier. And grab your oil, put it in. This is the last part right here. So I'll move the camera up a little bit. There you go. Start filling it up. Just be real careful you don't spill. Woo, filter moved, funnel moved. Just take your time. You can hear it going in. What I like to do is fill it a little bit and then stop and double check that we're not leaking, because you don't want to be pouring that whole thing in there and go underneath and it's all over the ground and your oil's all gone. So now I'll double check underneath. Touch everything by hand. Feel around all the plug and everything. Don't see any oil. Start filling it again. Once you get this all filled up, put the cap back on and then get ready to start it up. So I'm going to finish filling this up and then I'll come back when we get everything done. Everything's done. Put back together. What I'm going to do is turn it on, let the oil circulate a little bit, and then we'll pull the dipstick out and check the level. So let me turn it on. Let it circulate around, and now we're going to check the level. Pull your dipstick out. I don't know if you can tell or not. It's supposed to be between. It's right here, and it's supposed to be in here, so it's good and filled. It's so clean, it's hard to see it. If you're not familiar with where the dipstick is, let me take the camera off. Sorry. Dipstick's right here. Alright, so I'm going to go out here while I can get away from the car. I'm going to let it run a little bit. Basically just let it run, let it circulate around. Just double and triple check your levels, but you should be good to go because it's only going to hold a certain amount. And then that's it. Nice and clean. It's gonna run smooth. It's like engine saying thank you. All that good oil in there. It's like it's soda or beer or whatever you guys like. I personally don't drink beer, but whatever it is, you know what I mean. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully you got some information out of that. If it's something you didn't know, if you knew it already, hopefully you just watch it because you like me. That'd be cool. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like the video, hit the like button and share my video. I greatly appreciate it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. I'll see you guys next time. I'll be somewhere else doing something else. Bye. Alright, one quick thing before I go. Almost forgot. Is I like to write everything down on index cards or whatever so you have all your information. See, I got down here oil change, got the date, miles, oil type, and I got the filter type, filter number, and the quantities of quarts. So if you put all that stuff down and you keep track of it, then you know exactly where it is. Right now mine has 97,586. So I just keep track of it. You can change, if you're running hard, 3,800 miles, but you can go about 10 to 15,000. Just depends how you run it. Synthetic you can go quite a while, but just thought I'd give you that little tip to help you out. Alright guys, see you later. Bye.